Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Archie's Briefings. I'm your host, Arshel Branch, and today, you guys, we are going to be talking about the real life Justice League. Better yet, the real life Justice League of America. I was never a fan that they just change it from the JLA to the JL. I know, it's missing a letter in the acronym. It's JLA, Justice League of America. But we're talking about the real life one, you guys, today, because some more news broke out. President Trump has added an additional member to the team as we're talking about the Attorney General. And if you haven't seen that news, which if you're watching this channel, the chances are you've actually seen that news. And why is it such a big deal? Like, why are we still talking about politics after the election? Because who he hires is most important. Because obviously, if you're someone who watches this show, if you've been a Trump supporter, you're a conservative, maybe you weren't ever a Trump supporter, but you looked at who he hired around him the first time. You thought to yourself, well, that was dumb. Even Hillary Clinton said the same thing. I wouldn't have hired those people. They're not trustworthy. You don't hire people around you that you just don't trust. So let's go ahead and let's get into that, you guys. So before we go ahead and do that, I want you to take the time to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so that way you never miss an episode. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and let's talk about the real life JLA.
There is something that has been on my heart that I did want to discuss. Discipline is a huge part of being productive, being lucrative. I am not for anything that goes against true productivity, true sovereignty of the individual. The choices that we make are what's going to be up for judgment.
Okay, you guys, so you know that I just absolutely adore my show open. I love it. If you are interested in having your own show open as well, don't use a robot, don't use the AI. Reach out to Matthew Torrance, a real human being. Okay, reach out to Matthew Torrance on scoresomemusic.com. He is fantastic. He's going to give you everything that you are looking for. All you got to do is, reach out to him, and he's going to ask you the questions. What style of music do you like? What kind of show are you trying to do? Or maybe you're a musician, you're great with the lyrics, not so great with the actual music. Reach out to Matthew Torrance because I guarantee you he's going to deliver. He did for me, he will for you. So again, reach out to Matthew Torrance at scoresomemusic.com, and you will be very happy with reaching out to a real life human being and not a robot. Okay, you guys. So as I said in the show open, we are talking about the real life Justice League of America. Of course, before we get into the episode, take the time to like this video, share this video, just so we can try to do something about this algorithm. If you guys want to support the channel, you can support the show by Cash Apping me at #Arshel Again, you can Cash App me at #Arshel to support this channel, to support the content, because my goodness, I love the work, I love the show, I love the viewers, love the subscribers. Thank you so much. Even if you just want to subscribe, that's amazing. Share the video, like the video. Okay, let's talk about the JLA, you guys. Okay, so what do we got so far? So obviously earlier in this week, and it's only Wednesday, and already news are coming out, right? I'm so excited, you guys. Okay, you can obviously tell I'm speaking really fast. When I get really excited about something, or if I'm mad about something, you see me get angry. You've seen that, right? I get angry, I talk really, really fast, or I speak really fast to be more grammatically correct. But when I'm also excited, I speak very, very fast. I'm very excited about these hires. Okay, let's talk about the first one. Let's talk about Vivek and Elon Musk. You all know how I feel about Elon Musk. I think he's a bit suspicious. I find him, well, that's the word, suspicious, okay? I'm just waiting for the day the man says he is the real life Lex Luthor. However, with that being said, the fact that Trump didn't just put Elon on this task of the D.O.G.E task, right? The Department of Government Efficiency. Let's talk about that. So if you're a fan of the cryptocurrency, which, I'm a fan, I'll say, I'm more in it for the fiat. If it can help me get more cash, dollars, then I'm all for it. I love the market simply because I have the ability to trade there in a way that I'm unable to do with the stock market. Girl don't have $25,000 to be trading on the stock market every single day, but a girl can come up with $250 to trade on the crypto market, especially when you got them trading bots. Very excited about the technology. Elon being a part of the federal government, that might be something that we could see. But as it relates to this Department of Government Efficiency, I don't know if you guys know this, but we've been waiting for this since the days of Goldwater. Okay, Ronald Reagan gave his endorsement speech endorsing Goldwater. Okay, talking about how we've got all this money being made available, money coming from the from the taxpayers, not coming from willingly. Okay, we are taking and taking and taking money from the tax-paying citizens, and we keep creating all of these programs. We talk about war on poverty. Okay, with all the money the federal government is getting just for this particular initiative, explain to me why we still have poverty. Okay, this was something that he said in his speech. And I'll put the link to that Ronald Reagan speech because it was fantastic. I think every conservative, every American really should watch that speech because it makes you go, huh. So tell me why when television was black and white and Ronald Reagan wasn't even the president and he was endorsing Goldwater to be the president of the United States, that he was looking for some accountability and responsible spending coming from the federal government. All these different departments and federal agencies that we are creating, and you're telling me we can't solve these problems. It just doesn't make sense. How much money is going to be made available to the federal government before we actually know if the money is being spent wisely? Okay. It just doesn't make any sense. And so what we're going to see with this DOGE agency, I don't know if that's what you want to call it, agency, I feel like that's accurate enough, but the Department of Government Efficiency is going to give us the audit that we're looking for to see exactly where the money is going. How much money has been sent to other countries? When we're talking about Ukraine, obviously because of the conflict in Europe, we're talking about Israel because of the conflicts we're seeing between Israel and Hamas. Some would say Israel and the Palestinians. I will leave that to the viewers to decide what you think that conflict is. But essentially, we have a lot of money going to other countries. Then let's talk about the money that's being allocated to the illegals. Now, obviously, we know in New York, they stopped this debit card program, the prepaid debit card program for the illegals. All the taxpayers' money in New York were going to illegals. We know that there were illegals on getting welfare benefits. They were getting money for healthcare. They were getting money to go to school, housing. They were staying at hotels. This is outrageous. We don't get free hotel stays as American citizens. Where is the money going? You want to talk about healthcare, right? Okay. All the money that you've been getting from the American citizens to pay for illegals, to cover war, to cover bailouts of banks and corporations that do the American people dirty every single time they decide to leave the country because things aren't going so well. It's not easy for us to just get up and go when things aren't going so well. But these businesses, these corporations could just bounce on the American people. Okay, this is why this is going to be a good thing. Now, you guys know my suspicions about Elon Musk, which is why I liked the idea of him being a part of the America First team. Notice I said America First team and not the Trump team. Why I like him on the team is because he actually has the technology that could do the audit in a speedy amount of time, because I think the American people need to know what these numbers are sooner rather than later. Okay? If you are forcibly going to take my money out of my paycheck, then I should get a receipt on where this money is going. Okay? It's not enough to say X amount of percentage is going to the federal government, X amount of money is going to the state. Nope, that's not enough. I want in detail, okay? The way when I go to the grocery store, my receipt doesn't just say, yeah, you were at ShopRite. Yeah, no. I need, you got the eggs, the milk, the water, all of it. Where is this money going? We need all of it, okay? At the end of every year. All these websites, I can go onto any website about the deficit, okay? Any website about the US debt, I could just go on those websites and get the number of the deficit and just find out. I can Google the number. I could find out. If I want the information, I should be able to get it. Why can't we do that with what they are doing with the spending? Money is going into these ridiculous things. So that's going to be an amazing thing. There are some comments that I do want to play about that. I'm going to try to be quick about this because there are a few other people who actually have something to say about it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this first clip talking about this first. Okay, so, oh, the music. It's just like, ooh, get ready for a battle, get ready for a battle. It's so like we're gearing up for some kind of confrontation with the federal government. I love the score. Just, don't mind me, you guys. I'm a big movie buff, big movie fan. So when the score hits it, you got to mention it. Duo to lead Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Musk promises full transparency. Okay, that's the first thing that I wanted you guys to see about that. And now we are going to play some commentary.
Swami to head up his new Department of Government Efficiency, aka DOGE. The pair will work together to take a blowtorch to bloated government waste and dismantle its bureaucracy.
Yep.
Musk saying, quote, all actions of the Department of Government Efficiency will be posted online for maximum transparency. Anytime the public thinks we are cutting something important or not cutting something wasteful, just let us know. And here's Musk making his sales pitch while on the campaign trail last month.
I don't really care about the sales pitch. What does the table have to say about it? Let's see. What do I think about
Wow,
Elon?
that looks great.
Applause.
All right, Jesse, how unusual. I mean, the power of eliminating positions and sectors and agencies and line items for people who weren't even elected and aren't employees, but we have total faith in those two.
I do. I love those two, and I like them together. Musk and Vivek, just perfect. And I think Musk might be running for president.
No.
I'm going to put it out there.
Bruce
Where
Wayne
was
is
he?
Dick Grayson.
No.
Where was he born?
Saw that.
Oh, he can't?
Hello, Jesse.
Oh, man.
Right.
I'm predicting he's not running for president.
Good call.
But so I looked at some of the things we're spending money on. $20,000 for a drag show in Ecuador. $100,000 to study if sunfish become more aggressive when given gin or tequila. $100,000 to study if quail are more promiscuous if given cocaine.
Wait.
You don't need a study.
I got to rewind. What did he say about fish?
Sunfish becomes for a drag show in
Call.
But so I looked at some of the things we're spending money on. $20,000 for a drag show in Ecuador. $100,000 to study if sunfish become more aggressive when given gin or tequila. $100,000 to study if quail are more promiscuous if given cocaine. You don't need a study. They are. $200,000 to make money.
Okay, so let's get to the point. Okay, that's enough of that portion of that. Okay, so obviously we got people on the 5. Jesse Waters is interested. He's excited about this. Judge Jeannie Pirro seems that she's excited about this. That whole he should run for president. First of all, he's not a naturalized citizen. He had to be born here. That's the first thing, okay? You have to be born here. Let's not get carried away, okay? We're not changing that rule because it's freaking Elon. I don't care, okay? I'm waiting for the day. But why do we like the idea of Elon and Vivek together? Why do I like the two of them heading this and not it just being Elon? I have my suspicions about Elon Musk. You already know why. I don't need to go into depth about that. However, with Vivek, who I actually do have some more faith in compared to Elon, he has a business in the financial services. He understands how money is supposed to work. He had a full conversation with Cody Sanchez talking about the problems with this country as it relates to money, particularly with the federal government, why it's not so much an issue of lending money and borrowing money. It's how the money is being lent out to the public and how people are borrowing. Is it for justifiable reasons or non-justifiable reasons? If people are borrowing money to buy cars, this is an unjustifiable reason, and banks should really think twice before they give people money to buy a freaking car. You want to loan people money to build business, that's a different thing. Obviously, we know money has also been given to the illegals, so that way they could also buy businesses and buy houses. So we know that these are obvious problems. So how we navigate that, the two of them being on this together, I have a little bit more trust in Vivek than I do Elon. So the two of them together, he's got the technology. I have more faith in Vivek than I do Elon. The two of them together, this is going to be great. Okay, moving on to the next person. Okay, let's talk about Kristi Noem, Governor Noem of South Dakota. Okay, so there was a lot of issues that people had with her over her killing a dog. Let's call it spade, okay? She killed a Cujo. If you read her book, they talked about it a few months ago on the 5. Dana Perino, who grew up on a farm, she's like, she does talk about how she hated the dog. It's like, yeah, well, if the dog attacked your kids, the dog attacked you, and this is the second home that it's been to because of all the confrontation it's had with neighbors, with you, with your children. Yeah, I'd hate that dog too, okay? My mother does not like dogs that attack her or her children, okay? If I feel like this animal is a threat, I'm going to hate it. Going to hate it. And no black person, and I said this in previous episodes, no black person gives a damn that she killed Cujo. Frankly, I thought she should have made that comparison in the book. It was killing the livestock. It was bothering the neighbors, harassing the chickens, attacking her children, attacking her. She was the second chance, and this was a working dog that couldn't work properly because it wasn't doing its damn job. She was up for being the VP president. And on the 5, of course, they were speaking about how they don't think she's going to be good at the job, or they'd have to see her do the job before they can say she can do it. Let me tell you why that's nonsense, okay? So all of these leaders, these politicians that were running an office, that were in office during the COVID days, guess what, guys? Guess what? She was the only one in all of Western civilization that did not shut down her state, okay? In all of Western civilization, in all of the world, most likely, she did not shut down her government. She did not shut down her state. She got a parade by her citizens because she respected their constitutional freedoms, okay? Now, normally, you don't get applause. You don't get parades for when you do the right, lawful, morally correct thing. You don't get an applause for that. but why she got one. Because she was the only leader in all of Western civilization that actually respected the Constitution, that respected human rights, that respected her people. That's why she got the parade. She sent men down and women down to the border. Okay. She's emboldened and encouraged, galvanized young people to move into her state while strengthening her economy. Okay. This woman has had surplus after surplus after surplus, but somehow we think this is not enough to say why she would be good for the job as the DHS, Department of Homeland Security Secretary. Somehow, her being the governor, negotiating deals between the White House and Canada to make businesses from Canada who want to come into South Dakota actually happen. So she can handle negotiations between the White House, federal government, and another country. She can embolden her young people while protecting her elderly, protect her economy, protect her people and the land of South Dakota from Chinese buy-ups. And you're telling me this woman can't do the job? She can send men and women down to the border to secure that border because she understood there was a call to do that. She can have a coalition of governors to protect this land, the country's land, our birthright, that is, okay? Our birthright from Asian invaders. And you're telling me she can't do this job. Absolutely ridiculous. But now the big one for you guys, the big one today, that was the big announcement made by President Trump today. It's not from Christine O.M. We found that out yesterday. It was not about the DOGE department, not do only good, that's DOGE, the coin, but the Department of Government Efficiency headed by Elon and Vivek that we found out earlier this week. Nope, the new addition to the team, the Attorney General. Now, I personally wanted President Trump to take Judge Jeanine off of Fox. I want her off of Fox. I want her in the fray. I want her in the field. And of course, it's entirely up to her, but it was a big deal when he was elected president the first time. She went to the Trump Tower. We all thought that she was going to be the one to be getting the job. She went on The View when she and Whoopi Goldberg had that back and forth, that tit for tat. And Sunny hosted, asked her the question, would you take the job? Well, I haven't been asked, she replied. And Sunny said, that's not what I asked. Would you take the job was the question. And what did Judge Jeanine have to say? She didn't say anything about it. We all wanted her for this job, I think, because she is, in my opinion, I think she's the people's champion, okay? She is a go-getter for the victims. She believes in the justice system. She believes in right and wrong. She is a God-fearing woman. She is an America First loyalist. And these are all the traits that said to me why she should be the Attorney General for the United States. Instead, however, it's not Judge Jeanine. It is, in fact, Matt Gaetz. Do like Matt. I think Matt Gaetz is a tremendous addition to the team. That's the one we are talking about today. Matt Gaetz. The fact that this gentleman is now going to be the Attorney General, if confirmed by the Senate, obviously he will be. This is not something that we should even be surprised at. But the fact that Matt Gaetz is now the person who is going to be on that team, he's going to be the Attorney General. What does that mean for all of these Democrat socialists, George Soros funded DAs, all of these individuals who are going after their political opponents? And, obviously the big one on the brain is President Donald Trump. Obviously, we know that President Trump has been targeted specifically because they wanted to keep him off the ballot. They wanted to not make him so much of a threat anymore to the establishment, to the powers that be, the swamp, call him what you want. Instead, not instead, but more so, it was not just him they targeted other American citizens. They targeted parents, right? They targeted teachers who didn't believe in the nonsense. They targeted other Trump supporters, content creators, people who were willing to say why they think something is wrong. Matt Gaetz, and I am going to play a clip for you guys about Matt Gaetz and how people feel, specifically CNN, because that is interesting in and of itself. Jake Tapper of CNN. Let's go ahead and let's run that clip, shall we?
Welcome to The Lead. I'm Jake Tapper, and let me begin the show by uttering some words that I never contemplated using together before, and those words are U.S. Attorney General Matt Gaetz. Because if you were wondering what Trump without the guardrails looked like, well, we're getting an idea beyond the theoretical. We are starting with breaking news on so many fronts related to President-elect Donald Trump's transition. President-elect, of course, Trump announced just minutes ago show on Truth Social that he is picking Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida to be the next U.S. Attorney General.
Okay, so you guys know me. I'm not such a fan of CNN that I could have there's no reason for me to continue with that. But the fact is, like, I never thought I would utter these words. Completely surprised. I think everybody was surprised. I knew who I wanted. So that, because again, I do like Matt Gaetz. I wanted Judge Jeanine Pirro. Matt Gaetz is an America First loyalist. And so for that reason alone, I actually do love this position. There have been other hires for other positions as well. Elise Stefanik is going to be the United States ambassador for the United Nations. Mike Huckabee is going to be the ambassador for Israel because he does love Israel. And, the former ICE director now going to be the border czar and actually clear the border. And this is the infamous, the former ICE director who had that back and forth with AOC. I'm not going to play the clips because, this episode's going a little bit long, but I'm very excited about who he is hiring. Okay. Why is this a good thing? And what does that mean for the American people now that we have added more heroes to the JLA roster? I'm still, of course, excited to see what he has for Tulsi Gabbard. The woman is too good. Okay, too good, was incredibly helpful in the America First movement just to getting elected for starters, endorsing President Trump, becoming a Republican, and what that looks for the Republican Party moving forward, how this is going to look. I think she's done more good for the Republican Party just in cases of optics. Not to say that she didn't do other things specifically, but when you look at the differences between Tulsi Gabbard and, let's say, your Ron DeSantis, for example, right? It's not to say that, she's better than Ron or Ron's better than her. I think for the optics specifically, showing that the Republican Party is growing and it's not about being white, old. It's not the grand old party anymore, that this is the great opportunity party, and we don't care your background. If you are, hardworking, you got the willing heart, the hopeful heart, and the willing hand, build your home in the meadow. That's kind of the idea here. That's really what we're looking forward to seeing. And so I'm excited to see what he does with RFK. Obviously, we're excited to see what he does with Tulsi Gabbard. But already the people that we did know were a part of the JLA, what did we have? Elon, Vivek, they were part of the team. They've got the Department of Government Efficiency. We have Christine Noem, who we knew was going to have some role to play in the administration. So the fact that she's the DHS secretary, that's going to be fantastic. Matt Gaetz wasn't even in my view. I did not see him at all as the attorney general. Now, you forget he's an attorney until you actually see something happen on the Senate. When there's something happening back and forth, when it's got something to do with bills, debating, those things are great. Did not cross my mind that he would make a great attorney general until Trump said it, right? It's actually pretty amazing. It was like when they said Viola Davis was going to be playing Amanda Waller. It didn't occur to me, but now that you say it, freaking amazing. It's actually kind of perfect. This is going to be great. He's not going to fall into the same traps that he was in earlier in his first term, okay? The wrong people were surrounding you. It's just that simple, that if he had the right people around him, COVID shutdowns may not have actually happened. And so what does that mean? Because again, the woman who never shut down civilization for her people, guess what? She's a part of the team. Someone who we kind of had an inkling would play a role at first. We thought as a VP capacity. That's not the case. She's going to be the DHS secretary. We obviously see Elise Stefanik. She's fantastic. Her line of questioning, getting people to get kicked off, pretty much off their jobs, right? We see that when they question people, just when they come to the hearings. What this means for the United States moving forward is that we're going to have some more accountability and responsibility in the spending. What does that mean for the debt? What does that mean for the value of our money? This is going to be incredible. I'm very excited to see what we could do about this country and what we can see with young Americans, specifically with young Americans. This channel is about talking about young Americans and young money, how to be better with money, what opportunities are out there, how I can help you guys find those opportunities and paying attention to those things, because it's getting nasty out here. Daughter turning against mother, son turning against father and mother, confrontations because of money. And look, this was not an accident, okay? It wasn't. In the last days, this is what would happen, and it's happening, and it's because of money, and it sucks. It's unfortunate. And if we can actually get some accountability on what's been happening with the spending in our government, if we could actually secure our border, secure our country, and actually put our people first and lead by example, not by pushing force everywhere around the world and putting our people at risk every time we do it, then we might actually have a chance. Very excited to see what we do. Very excited to see what happens moving forward. So You guys let me know in the comment sections. What do you think about the new additions to this JLA? You know, I knew about Elon, knew about Vivek. Stunned about Kristi Noem, and of course, I'm stunned about Matt Gaetz. But that was the big news today. Matt Gaetz is going to be Trump's pick for the Attorney General. What are your thoughts about that? Again, I was surprised, but I actually kind of love it. It's not Judge Jeanine, not Judge Jeanine Pirro. No one's Judge Jeanine Pirro. I think she'd be amazing. But Matt Gaetz is pretty awesome in my book. So you guys let me know, get in the comment section to let me know, what do you think this means for America first? What does this mean for justice in this country? How do we feel? Let me know. Get in the comment section. So if you guys want to support the show, you can go ahead by doing that by Cash Apping me at #RShellBranch. The link to the Cash App is at the top of the YouTube page in the description. So go ahead, head to the YouTube channel at the top of the page where it says Cash App, and you can Cash App me at #RShellBranch. Just click the link, takes you right over there, and you can support the show that way. You can follow me on Instagram at Archie Financial. You can follow me on Twitter at Archie_finance. So, if you guys want to support me, support the show, obviously, do all of those wonderful things. You can obviously share this video, like this video, so we can do something about the algorithm. Let's grow this channel. I'm very, very excited. I'm very, very excited. I got some wonderful things planned. If we can get this channel to 1,000 subscribers, oh my goodness, I'm so excited just about what next year is going to bring. I'm excited about the next couple of weeks. I'm excited about the next couple of months. I'm optimistic. I'm so optimistic, you guys. Obviously you can see it in my face. You can hear it in my voice. The last episode, obviously you guys know, I had a debate, and it kind of went the other way, but I was able to get my opinion out, and you guys were listening, you were liking, you were commentating, you were sharing, and I'm just so grateful for this audience, for the subscribers, for the viewers. Thank you so much for supporting this and growing the channel. Let's continue to do that, because I got some great ideas for you guys, and I'm very excited to see what this future holds, and I want to be a part of your journey just as much as you have been a part of mine. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I'm just grateful, just grateful and excited. I'm grateful, I'm excited, I'm optimistic. The Lord is amazing. That's really, that's it. The Lord is amazing. This movement is amazing because the people are amazing. The world can be scary. There's a lot of things going on right now. The economy is not great, yet people are still excited. We're making plans for the future. We're talking about our futures. That's where we are today, talking about the future, the immediate and later. God giving us the time. God willing, he gives us the time. We're just excited. And I hope you guys are excited with me. So continue to support the show and share it. Let's share the excitement, okay? Spread the good news of how wonderful the Lord is. Spread the optimism on this channel, because we want to try to be happy warriors, right? Let's try to be that. I hope so. I hope that you guys are that with me. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Thank you all for watching. God bless. You'll have a good night, and Kepla.